Hello and welcome back to JBCTR, where today you join me at Pro Alloy HQ, where we're going to see what goes into making an induction kit for a MK8 Fiesta ST. Here we are at the heart of Pro Alloy HQ, and I've got to admit, I love coming here. Firstly, apologies if it's a little bit noisy. Obviously this is an active workshop and I'm trying to film within it. So the reason I love coming here is they always have just really interesting stuff hanging around. So these, for example, touring car radiators. They've been doing some research into how they can keep temperatures or water temperatures lower during races, because as soon as the temperatures raise in a touring car, the ignition timing gets pulled and then obviously you lose power. And we've recently had a lot of really hot races, and obviously that's a bit of an issue. So here's a couple of intercoolers that Pro Alloy have made that they're looking to address that issue, and it's just really cool. So that's why I like being here, and I'm really intrigued to see how they use this knowledge that they've gained in the motorsport industry, where you're really pushing cars to the limit and applying that to the cars on the road. So yeah, today we're looking to see how the MK8 Fiesta ST induction kit is made, and I can't wait. I just really like being here, so let's get into it. Right then, so here we are at the manufacturing station for the MK8 Fiesta ST induction kit. And as you can see behind me, there's a whole load of different parts and some welding going on over there. What is quite exciting is this bit here. So this is the original mock-up for the MK8 Fiesta ST of the crossover pipe that goes around the back of the engine. And as you can see, Pro Alloy have made a nice little jig to ensure that every single kit they make goes in exactly the same place and all the welds are in exactly the same place, so they can make this truly repeatable. Everything's made by hand, so having jigs is the way forward on this one. So here we're just doing the final weld of the airboxes themselves. These have all been tack welded together, and as you can see, this is where your sort of OEM intake would come off the front of the car. It sort of bends around and loops into there, and then this hole here is where your filter goes in here, out there, and up to the engine. So yeah, all of these have been tack welded. We're just doing the final weld behind me now. That should be it for the airboxes on this batch, and then once this weld is complete, these will be sent off either to the powder coaters if you're having one in black, or over to the polishing room just over there, which we do in house, so you get a lovely brushed effect before it's delivered to your door. So that is how the airbox housing is made, and I think the Phillips article looks really quite cool. The only other piece left is to form part of the stage 1 kit, is this little filter holder here, which obviously goes from the inside up to there, like so, and then of course your filter goes on here, this goes off your engine, and your air intake or mass sensor goes onto this little plug here. So that's what they refer to as a stage 1 kit, and you can buy this just as this really. But if you want to go maybe one step further, you can perhaps go for this, which is a stage 2 pipe. This is the pipe that's possibly most visible in the engine as it goes up alongside, or where the engine is, which is why they put the Pro Alloy logo on it. So you might want to buy this even for a stock car. You get potentially a little bit more noise and some bling in the engine bay, because once this is polished up or powder coated, these will look very nice. So that's a stage 2 pipe. And then of course, we mentioned it earlier, this is a stage 3 pipe that's on its jig at the moment. And this will go right the way back round the back of the engine and into your turbo. Unfortunately, this is the most intricate piece of pipework within the kit, but it's kind of hidden behind the engine bay, which is very annoying because once they're built, they look very nice. But equally, they also make the biggest difference to the performance of the car because the OEM piping on the back of the engine on a MK8 Fiesta ST is quite restrictive. So yeah, that's the kit. And you can sort of mix and match, and then you can have just a stage 3 pipe or just the intake, or even just a stage 2 pipe if you want a little bit of bling. So that's the kit. Let's go see some finished ones. So here we are in the packing area where a few of the kits have come back from the paint shop. Now, earlier I mentioned about doing these in brushed. I was wrong. They don't do them in brushed. They only do them in the black. Now, as you can see, the finish is really nice. And what is also quite cool is there's a little bit of Ford heritage behind the paint. So back in 2009, ProAlloy supplied all the intercoolers for the Ford Focus RS 500. The intercoolers were shipped over to Germany, this to the front of the car, and there you go. Pretty cool. But back then, there weren't really many black intercoolers on the market, so Ford specified the paint to be used on the intercooler. Obviously gave it to ProAlloy, ProAlloy put it on their intercoolers. Turns out, it's really good. So ProAlloy are still using it today on most of the stuff they do. It's the paint that's on my intercooler on my car at the moment, and touch wood, stone chips have been pretty minimal, so it gives you an idea about the durability. So yeah, black paint, it's cool. And at the end of the manufacturing process, this is what you get. This is a fully finished airbox. As you can see, you've got the heat shield that we saw in production, and then obviously this little mount here where your airflow sensor goes in the top. And then of course we finished it with an ITG filter that sticks on the end. This is a foam filter which should enable quite a significant amount of airflow whilst ensuring that it's suitably filtered at the same time. Now this I'm most excited about because I really think the pipework looks quite cool. This is the first time I've seen the stage 3 crossover pipe in the powder black finish, and I think it looks really awesome. The only issue that I have with this, which is not a ProAlloy issue, granted, is the fact that it's kind of hidden in the engine bay, which is very annoying because I think this looks incredible. But you can rest in the knowledge that this is going to flow really well, and if we compare it to the stock crossover pipe, as you can see, there's quite a bit of restriction around this bit. They've got some really weird like mottling going on here, and then some more here, and it's flat on the back here, and it's, yeah, I mean if you compare the two, it's kind of night and day. So it's a shame it's hidden, but at least we know it's going to be doing some good in the engine. And then obviously you've got the stage 2 pipe here, which again looks cool in the powder coated black. And then all of this kit is then held together with ProAlloy branded silicone hoses and some Jubilee clips. And that is basically the kit. So I feel that we should get this in the car so I can take it to SCC Performance, who are going to fit it to my car, and then I can hear what it sounds like and hopefully see if the car goes a little bit quicker. So let's get this boxed up and go.
So baby, let me hold you, hold you. I wanna show you, show you, show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Pull you closer through the highs and lows. Yeah, I wanna show you how to treat you right, treat you right. Let me show you what love is and why it's beautiful.
And there we have it. That is how ProAlloy make their induction kit for a MK8 Fiesta ST. Now, as always, a huge thank you to these guys. Always really welcoming, and it's just quite cool to see what they do here. So next up on my agenda is to go to SCC Performance, get the kit fitted to the car, and then we can see what it's like to live with and to drive and all that fun stuff. So that will be the next video. For this one, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, the Fiesta and other car content, then feel free to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
There goes a sight from my soul.